Hello crafty friends, welcome back to Create with Miss Jane. I am so excited because this week we are playing with scrapbook layouts. We have done a few card kits in previous weeks, so if you want to go back and watch those videos you can, but this week we are playing with the Floral Charm online exclusive paper pack, and this is just absolutely stunning. If you love roses or flowers, you will absolutely adore this. So I did an unboxing of this particular collection a few weeks ago if you want to go back and check my previous videos, but this is the paper pack and it's absolutely gorgeous. It's called Floral Charm, and the papers are on the back of each other. So basically I've used this piece of paper so far, but you've got the beautiful rich colors on the back and then the floral tones on the front, and that's what you get with each of the pieces of paper. I've used this one already as well, so I only have some of them, I only have one sheet, but some of them I have two sheets. And the colors are just so rich and so vibrant. So you can see they're on the back of each other there. This one is really, really beautiful. This one is gorgeous. That's the back of that one. This one I only have one sheet left because I have used this particular paper, but this one is gorgeous. I absolutely love these colors. And then we have this paper here. This is your Blackberry Bliss. And I love that each particular floral design is very different in this particular paper pack. So you'll see when you see my layouts that they're all really, really different designs. So I can't wait to make some beautiful cards with this. And I wanted to show you how I'm storing my packs of paper. I've actually got this these folders off of Amazon, and I got them in a pack. I think they come in a pack of 10 or 15, and I've just been cutting my paper packs open and I have been storing my papers in here, and that way I can also put the matching cardstock and any little bits of paper that I have left over, I can pop that in there as well. So the colors for this Floral Charm Designer Series paper are Berry Burst, Blackberry Bliss, Mossy Meadow, Night of Navy, Pretty Peacock, and Timid Tiger, but there's actually so many other colors in here as well. So that is the paper Designer Series paper pack. Then you also have the stamp set and the die cuts, and this is my very first red rubber stamp, so I absolutely love it. I've mounted it on blocks, so I will show you this. But the stamp that comes with this collection, you can buy the suite or you can buy each individual item. It's called Charming Day, and like I said, it's my first ever red rubber stamp, and I have got these little magnetic sheets off of Amazon as well, and they've got a sticky backing. These are 5x7 magnetic sheets. I got them in a pack, and then I stick them on the inside of the little DVD case so that I can have all of the die cuts that go with the coordinating stamp set right in the same case. So I absolutely love all the die cuts, and I haven't even used all of them on my page, but they are stunning. And then the red rubber stamp sits here, so I've actually mounted two of the stamps onto my blocks because I've just been actually doing some stamping and die cutting, and you'll see that on my pages that I'm going to show you. So this is the large beautiful rose design, and this is the small one. So once you die cut them out, this is how they come out. So they're absolutely beautiful roses and flowers. They could be any type of flower. This one definitely has a rose vibe, but you can color them in however you like, and I'll show you some of the ways that I have colored them in. And then the last two things in this collection are these beautiful dots that go with it. These are the Charming Shimmer Faceted dots, and they are gorgeous. And then you've also got this ribbon, which is more like a burlap type ribbon, and it's in that beautiful petal pink color. So that's really, really pretty as well, and that I think will be great to wrap like even little gifts and things, because I feel like you get quite a lot of ribbon with that suite. So I just wanted to show you all the coordinating things. I did actually go ahead and buy some more Stampin' Blends that went with this particular collection. So I went ahead and I got Mossy Meadow. I have a really big collection of tri-blend markers and also shin hand markers. And so I am only slowly collecting the Stampin' Blends from Stampin' Up. I've only been in Stampin' Up for just over a year and a few months, so I only have these particular colors, but I thought that they went really, really well with this collection, so I did grab a few extra ones. I think I have Pretty in Pink, Bubble Bath, I have the fair skin tone colors, and then I think I have this color, which is, I think that's the pinky, like dark pinky color as well. So I just keep these in a little drawer. This was actually a small container from the beauty section in Kmart, which fits the pens perfectly. So shout out to Laura Beecham, who I got that idea from. So I want to bring in some artwork now and show you some designs that I have, pages I have made. Now, these particular pages are all inspired by the amazing Tina Lovell here on YouTube, and I have been following Tina Lovell for many years now because we were both in Close to My Heart, and I love her simple scrapbooking style. So I will actually link her video and her channel in the comments of this video so that you can go and follow her over here on YouTube as well. And so I absolutely love Tina Lovell. And so these are her designs, and I just kind of copied them, and I also flipped them as well. So she had this page on this side and this page on this side, but I basically got one of those particular sheets, the one with the orange flowers and the purple flowers and the green, and I just cut a little strip. I think it's 2 inches off the side, and I just put the 2-inch strip here and then the 10-inch strip here, and then I just found some coordinating cardstock. I'm trying to use up all of my Close to My Heart cardstock before I buy any more of the new tone on tone Stampin' Up cardstock. So I just went into my stash and got some purple cardstock to match, and then I actually used another sheet of the paper from this Floral Charm paper collection. So I've got the orange and then the floral, and then I added a little bit of the shimmer trim. So I had this from, I think this was from the In Color Shimmer paper from the glitter paper. What do we call it? Glimmer paper. I think it's called Glimmer paper. And this was the 2025 to 2027 in colors, I believe, from last year. So I had some of that left over, and I thought that color went really, really beautiful with this collection. And then I went ahead and did the stamping and the die cutting of these roses, and then I've colored them in the different colors. So using those pens that I just showed you, the Stampin' Blends. And then I've actually used peach cardstock, but you could use petal pink cardstock. I find that very similar petal pink and the color peach from Close to My Heart are very similar color tones. So I absolutely love how this turned out. I don't have photos to put on this layout yet, but I definitely love going to rose gardens and any sort of botanical floral garden, so I know that in the future I'll have lots of photos that I can pop on here. Probably will go to the Toowoomba Flower Festival in September, as well as I usually go to that every year. So definitely I'll be able to fill these pages with some photos. But I am on a mission this year to get my photos onto pages and not just be making pretty scrapbook pages, but actually be scrapbooking with my photos in mind. So the second layout that I have actually done is another inspiration from Tina Lovell, and she used a different sheet of paper in the paper pack, but I really loved this particular beautiful color because it's got the Night of Navy and it's got the Pretty Peacock, and then it's also got the Berry Burst, and you can also see a little bit of the Bubble Bath color there and a little bit of the Fresh Freesia. So I thought this was my absolute favorite piece of paper from this paper pack, so it had to have its own layout. And I managed to find this particular photos of from when I went shopping with my partner Dean, and he always buys me flowers to cheer me up. So I always take photos of every time he buys me beautiful flowers. And so these particular flowers that he bought me earlier this year in our old house are so beautiful, and they go perfectly with this paper. And then the other thing I wanted to show you is I bought these new rub-ons, and I saw a lot of the girls in their videos using the rub-ons, and I haven't used rub-ons for years. I probably haven't used rub-ons since like the 2000s, but Stampin' Up came out with these brand new metallic textured rub-ons, and you get, I think, 4 sheets of gold and 4 sheets of silver. So I have actually used the silver on here. I think the gold would have gone perfectly with the other layout that I did, but the silver one, I just got one of the sheets from here, and you just cut up each particular one that you want to use. So I've used this little splatter here. So you just cut the shape out, and then you peel the backing off, and then you place it onto your piece of paper, and then you rub with your finger over the top. It doesn't take very much. You don't have to use a bone folder or anything like that. You can just use your finger, and then when you peel it back, you get this beautiful metallic finish to your page. And can I tell you that it's so fun to do, and it looks so stunning, and it comes out perfectly. Because I know in the past when I have bought cheap rub-ons from like Spotlight and places like that, they have never come out on my page properly. They're missing a bit. So I had fears that this was going to happen, but it actually didn't. So here I've got 2 leaves, and I'm going to finish this with you guys today. I'm going to show you how to do the coloring in. But I've also done this beautiful foil design down here, and this was one of the rub-ons as well. So this is kind of like a little border, and I just think that is really, really beautiful. So we've done the paper tearing technique, and I love paper tearing, and I think it looked really great. So I got this idea from Tina Lovell, and she did the paper tearing, and so I thought I would do it as well. And I've used different pieces of paper, so my layout looks slightly different. I've got different photo mats as well, but I have used, this is the Night of Navy color here, and I've actually used some cardstock from my Close to My Heart stash, so that I think that might be Pacifica or something like that. So I'm super excited to eventually get through my stash. So I wanted to go ahead and show you how to color in the actual flowers. So you want to go ahead and mount your stamps, your red rubber stamps, on your blocks. I used Memento ink pad, so this is always my go-to ink to use when coloring in, which is the black Tuxedo Memento ink. I will list all of the products that I used to make these layouts in the description box below, so you can always shop my Australian website. And then I have gone ahead and die cut a whole lot of the shapes here. So you've got these beautiful little roses. These are one of the template die cuts in the set. You could also go ahead and die cut that in a pinky tone color and then place that over the top. So I'm going to do that in some cards coming up soon. But I wanted to show you all the different color combinations that you can do with these flowers. I liked the fact that Mossy Meadow was one of the colors in this particular paper suite. So most of my leaves are colored with the Mossy Meadow, but you've got the 2-tone colors here. That was, I think, Bubble Bath. And this one is really, really pretty. This is the Pretty in Pink colorway. So again, that's really, really, really beautiful. And then this one is also, this is the skin tone color. So I think this is Fair in the skin tone. So that's kind of a nice orange. So again, I don't have a lot of the colors, but I wanted to show you how I need to finish a few more of these particular ones. So I'm going to get out my markers and show you. So I actually used some of my Tri-Blend markers because they are still going strong, my Tri-Blend Spectrum Noir markers. And it's so easy to color. I'm just going to move that off to the side because I want to just make sure that I'm doing it right. So when you do this, you want to grab a little piece of scrap white cardstock. So get some white cardstock. We always have that on our desk. So we all have those offcuts of white cardstock, the white willow cardstock or whatever white cardstock you have. So I always test out the shade of color first. So I know my lighter pen, I'm going to probably sit down for this particular little part of the video, and then that way I can zoom in a little bit as well. But I just go ahead and I start coloring with my marker. I always usually do like little round circles as well. I know this particular marker that I have is running low. And that's okay, we'll just see how much of it we can get out. I don't know why I like to start with the leaves first. I'm just going to go ahead and go around the leaves, and I'm kind of just roughly colouring because I'm going to go back and add a little bit darker tones with another shade. So I'm not going all the way to the edges, I'm just kind of roughly colouring. And all you have to do is basically match the colours of the papers with the colours that you want to colour in. You might like to stamp your images first and then die cut. So I do have some here where I have actually stamped them like this. So you can colour before you die cut or then die cut and colour. It's up to you. But we're just roughly going around, and I think we're just going to be able to make it with this particular green. And I just need one more little flower, so I'm going to grab this little one in here. And I don't know about you, but I just love the art of colouring. And I have a big collection of close to my heart stamps, and I used to love buying cutesy little stamps that I could colour in. So last night we actually saw a sneak peek of the full catalogue for September to December. So the December holiday mini catalogue is coming out for customers in the first week of September. But if you are a demonstrator, you can actually get access to that now. So I actually think I'm going to go in with my light shade of the Mossy Meadow, which is similar to the colour we've got here. And I know this is not going to match exactly right, but I'm just going to do a little bit in the inner part here. So this is just those little pieces there. And then for this particular one, I did see quite a lot of blues. So I'm just going to go through my little stash. I have this little container that I got from the Choice, I think, the Choice discount stores. So I'm just going to go ahead and add a little bit of Icy Blue. This is the shade Ice Blue Blend. And there is quite a lot of blue in here. So I'm just going to go through and add a little touch of blue on my leaves. And normally you wouldn't think to add blue when you're colouring in leaves, but it actually blends really beautifully. I was actually kind of surprised because I didn't really want to make the leaves too dark because I kind of wanted that more softer look. And I'm really sorry if you can hear the birds outside my house. I have so many birds here at my new house. There's always crows, there's always pigeons, there's always turkeys. We have bush turkeys, we have owls in our garden here. So there's just always something happening. If it's not cars coming down the street, it's birds. But that's okay. The sounds of nature. All right, so now I'm going to show you a little bit closer. Can you see how pretty that looks with the different dimension? So now we're going to go ahead and we're going to color in the pinks. So again, we want to test out our pinks. I actually forgot which pink. It's not that bright pink. It might be this lighter pink. It's a bit, I think I did use that one. Hydrangea Blend. It might be this pink. I think I might have actually used a light shade of Bubble Bath. I think I might have used light Bubble Bath. Let me check. Yes, I'm going to go in with that. So let's start with the light side of Bubble Bath. And then we'll go in with this hydrangea. So I'm just going to go around. There's two sides to these Stampin' Blends. You've got the thicker, more brushy toned side. And then you've also got the thinner toned side. So with this brushy toned side, I don't go near the edges because the color will bleed out. And then you've got your thinner edge. So you've got your thinner edge and then you've got your more brush toned edge. And then I'm going to go around with this purple tone color and just give it a little bit more depth. So now I've switched back to the tri-blend marker from my stash. And I'm just going around and just adding a little bit of color. I'm just filling in that white space on the outer edges. You can see the colors bled out quite a lot. And then I think if I just compare it to this one, we need to go slightly darker. So I'm just going to go to the next one down. That's what I loved about these Tri-Blend Spectrum Noir markers. They had the light, medium, and the dark. And I'm just going to add a little bit of that darker color just around the edges. I always find in my garden, the roses are actually more intense on the inner petals than the outer petals. So a lot of the more intense color comes from the inner petals. I'm kind of just doing little swifty motions. And I haven't colored it exactly right, like exactly the same, but that's okay. So I'm just going to go in here. I'll show you the smaller point. I feel like the smaller, finer tipped edge, you've got a little bit more control than you do with the brush tip. And I might need 2 of these actual flowers. And then we're going to skip that color. We're going to go straight to the mid-tone color. And with this one, when I add the second color, like the darker color, I'm actually kind of just pressing a little bit lighter. So just to get that. That turned out really pretty. I'll just show you a bit closer. So pretty. All right, let's see if we have enough. I think we need probably one more little one of these flowers. So let's just quickly color another one. We're running out of that green color. And then I'm not sure what title I'm going to put on this layout because we were just kind of shopping. Actually, I remember we were shopping for some new t-shirts for my partner, and he was trying on some t-shirts and I took a photo of my new dress. I did actually notice that when I've been scrapbooking my memories for the past year, I've noticed that a lot of my layouts have included this dress. So this particular new dress that I bought last year, I actually got this when I was with my friends on a scrapbooking retreat, and we went to a beautiful little boutique in the little country town of Esk, and I bought this dress. I think it was about $49, and I've definitely got my my use out of that dress because I see it in so many of my scrapbook layouts. So it was definitely my favorite dress over the summertime. But another place I love to buy dresses from is Proud Poppy. Proud Poppy is definitely my jam. So let me know if you have a particular place that you love to buy your floral dresses from. I would love to know. Leave them in the comments below. Okay. So that's how easy it is to color the images. It doesn't take a lot of time. And I think what I will do is just to tie it in, I'm going to go ahead and just add a little bit of that darker green in the lighter, this is the lighter tone of the Mossy Meadow. I just add that on the other leaves here. It will just kind of tie the look together. Okay, let's see if we can put this these finishing touches onto our layout and finish our layout. I'm just going to start with this page first. And I think I just wanted to add one little leaf here. I think one is going to be really pretty because I'm going to have my title up here. So these are the alphabet dies that I'm going to use to create my title. So if you don't have these in your stash, I highly recommend alphabet a la mode dies, and they're going to be perfect. I'm probably just going to write like happy day or something like that. A lot of the sentiments that come from this Floral Charm stamp set, I actually have stamped them out here. And they are birthday sentiments. So they're like, thank you for being you. Happy birthday. Can't wait to see you again. You made my day. I actually might stamp that on my page. You made my day. Because we did have a really nice day. So now I'm just going to grab my Stampin' Dimensionals, one of my favorite Stampin' Up products. And I'm just going to add a few Stampin' Dimensionals here. I could always go back and add a few more leaves and things to my layout. So I think that finishes off that cluster really nicely. I can go ahead and add some extra leaves if I want to down the track. And then this particular one, I've got my splatter on this side. So I've got my little foil design that we did with the rub-ons. And then I think I'm just going to add this particular rose sort of here. And then maybe have another little one coming out here. And then I will have room to have a little bit of journaling. So if I wanted to do some journaling. I'm kind of in two minds about typing up my journaling. A lot of my scrapbook pages that I've been doing the last year with Stampin' Up, I have been really great, and I have been not creating a lot of naked layouts. I've actually been making sure that I put photos on my pages because that's how I want to go with my scrapbooking journey. When I was with Close to My Heart, I made a lot of naked pages, which are beautiful scrapbook pages, but they have no photos on them. And I have boxes and boxes of hundreds of them. And so I definitely am not going down that path anymore. I'm definitely making sure that I print my photos out on a regular basis. But I would love to know, are you the type of person that loves to type up your journaling, or do you like to handwrite your journaling? Because I have always been a person who hand writes their journaling onto the page or in a little text box, a little journal box. But I'm thinking I might start to type up my journaling to get more of a cohesive look going through my scrapbooking layouts. So if you have any advice, please let me know in the comments below. If you like to handwrite your journaling or type your journaling. So here are my completed pages. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you got inspired to grab the Floral Charm collection. It is an online exclusive, so once it goes, it goes. It's usually online for 2 or 3 months, and we do have some new online exclusives that will come out in the month of September, which will be Christmas themes, so I'm super excited about that. But thank you so much again for watching. Make sure you leave a comment below and subscribe to my channel. Thank you again to the beautiful Tina Lovell for inspiration to create these beautiful pages, and I'll be back again soon with some more cards made with Floral Charm. See you in the next video.